All right. We are at that time of the year where it is NFL contest season. NFL Week 1 is officially here. And if you haven't heard about it, Circa has some of the biggest contests in the world, if not the biggest contest in the world. But this year they've added more. So there's the Circa Survivor, the Circa Millions, and then there's the Circa Grandissimo. We're going to break all those down in this video. And the reason why I like to bring this up and talk about it, and we'll be talking about it each week. They got to get their picks in by 4 p.m. Pacific on Saturday. That allows us to see what are some of the sharpest people in the world betting on. Like, who are they picking this week? Now, there are some squares in some of these, but definitely not in the Grandissimo, because that's $100,000 to enter. I mean, these other ones are $1,500 or $1,000 to enter. And in the Survivor, there are some dum-dums because there's always like this year, I think there's 43 people that entered into the Circus Survivor and didn't make a pick. Could you imagine? It costs you $1,000 to enter and you forgot to make your pick week 1. Happens every year. But here's what we got this year. We got 5,600 entries in the Circa Millions. Circa Millions is where you got to make 1 pick a week or 5 picks a week against the spread and enter it. Your favorite picks against the spread, 5. Whoever ends up winning them all, or getting the most at the end of the season, win. I haven't entered into this one specifically. I'm going to do it one day. But the best I've finished in one of these things is 7th in a contest. And had I actually been in this one, I actually would have ended up 3rd overall in the Circa Millions. The Circa Survivor is a fun one. 18,718 people in that. The prize pool for the Circa Survivor. So if you paid your $1,000 to enter in the Circa Survivor, you have a chance to win $18.7 million. That's pretty crazy. And then the Circa Grandissimo. This is $100,000 Survivor. 69 people. 69 people entered to win $6.9 million. That is crazy. So overall, these 3 contests, I like how he did this. He just did his calculator. $31 million in the pot for these 3 contests over at Circa. That is crazy. But let's take a look, because I want to see what are some of the sharpest people in the world picking in week 1, right? Yet this right here, these guys are sharp, because you don't go in with $100,000 and just not know what you're doing, right? So as we can see, 50% of the contestants, 35 overall, have picked the Broncos. Now that's the most obvious, but I'm surprised that these guys wanted to use the Broncos right off the rip, because that to me feels like a very, very square pick in these contests. But then again, you got to remember, it might actually be a smart move, because the pool size, the competition is so small, right? So if you got to remember that when you're doing these contests, if you're in a contest where it's a smaller group, where it's like 69 people here, then it's okay to be a little conservative and go with the obvious. If you were in the other Circa Survivor that has 18,000, maybe you want to be a little bit different. You know what I mean? Maybe separate yourself from the pack a little bit. The one that stands out to me on here that I was kind of shocked at, because I agree with the Broncos. I agreed with the Eagles. I picked Broncos, Eagles, Cardinals, and I picked the Steelers and Jags in some of my Survivor picks. So I agree with all of those. A couple that stand out to me, the Bengals, that is very risky, especially after last year. I know they're going against the Browns, but that is very, very risky after what we saw them do last year. And then the Rams, dude. Could you imagine? You have basically $100,000 on the Rams to win today against Houston. Not saying that they can't, but with all the question marks about Matt Stafford, his back, needing an epidural, didn't practice until a couple weeks ago. That is scary, dude. I'm just thinking that from the perspective of, hey, maybe there's a better time I want to use the Rams steps. Maybe there's a better time I want to use the Rams. Maybe I want to give Stafford a week or so, right? Yeah. Let me see what he looks like. But no, this guy says, I trust Matt Stafford right off the rip, so he's going to go there. Oh, we got Beardo in the house. Got Beardo in the house. What up, buddy? Good morning.
What up, boys? You guys started early.
Yeah. I'm going over these contest picks real quick, so I'm just clipping out a video here, or I'm going to clip this segment out. Yeah, but I just wanted to cover some of these picks real quick. So We'll do
Cool.
introductions here in a second. But yeah, so this guy, sharpest people in the world. For if you didn't hear Beardo, these guys entered into this contest right here. Each one of these guys, 69 of them, paid $100,000 to enter into this Circa Survivor to win 6.9 million.
Mhm.
And these are their picks. And I like to look at these because I want to know, what are these people that have $100,000 on the line? Who are they picking? Who are they the most confident in? The Rams one is questionable to me, but hey, I don't have $100,000 on it, so good for them. Here is the big Survivor. Now, 18,656 entries entered into this, and it was $1,000 each to enter. And once again, like we see with the other one, the Broncos are the number one pick. Only 38, but a little lower percentage. 38% of people picked the Broncos. Look at that. 24 people had no pick. Beardo, could you imagine paying $1,000 to enter into a contest and not making a pick week one? Happens every year.
That's insane, man. Some of these people just have fuck you money and they don't care.
They don't care at all. And I see our other guest is here, Ghost Wins. I'll add you in here in 1 second. Let me finish this up real quick. And then I wanted to take a look at the Circa Millions. This is the big one. This is the one where they had 5,600 people in this one. I wanted to look at this because I want to see. Now, there are some people that aren't the sharpest people in the world that enter this, but it's $1,500 to enter into this contest. There's a lot of sharp people in here. Okay. So I always love every week to look at what are the top 5 picks. And the top 5 picks are the Giants, Falcons, Broncos, Seahawks, and Lions. I like to look at this for 2 reasons. One, like I said, these are sharp people with big money on this, so they should know what they're doing. And 2, I like to look at it because I want to know, where do I want to fade the sharps? Where are some of the sharps at on some of these? Where do I disagree? Because that gives me an edge in my own contest or in my own betting. Because obviously these picks don't go 5-0 every week. So I want to see where everyone else is at. But then I also like to see, okay, who is on the outside looking in? Steelers is a very popular pick. Dolphins were a very, very popular pick. What are some of the other ones we had? We had the Ravens over the Bills, a very popular pick. That's kind of shocking. The Bears over the Vikings. That is shocking. And this is against the spread, by the way. But a lot of these are pretty close to pick them. But yeah, Cardinals over the Saints, Bengals over the Browns. I highly disagree with that one. So these are fun and free knowledge. These release every Saturday night because the picks have to be in by 4 p.m. Pacific. We're going to be covering this all season long to help us make our picks. But I just wanted to show you guys this. This is the Circa Millions, Circa Survivor, and Circa Grandissimo. We will keep up and follow along all season long. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you guys on the next video.